Alright, I'll do the last cup. We made it this far. No, I want to play easy. I don't want to get wrecked either. Who should I play as? Leave it in the comments who I should play as. Yeah, fuck your opinion. Just kidding. Just giving you a hard time. Yeah, I'll play as Fake Crash. I had a really hard time with him last time, but this is Crash Cup. Should have played as Crash probably, but whatever. But yeah, I mean, you know, I feel like it's doing a lot of things that make it completely original, you know? Or even from what I've seen of like Diddy Kong Racing. I never see anyone talking shit about Diddy Kong Racing being like, oh, it's just a Mario Kart ripoff. Bro, like, it seemed like it was always just dogging the PlayStation from even like back then, you know, the Xbox fans during the PS3 era, you know, PS1, people were saying, oh, you know, what, your parents couldn't afford a N64? Calm the fuck down. Like, I'm not even saying that anything, well, Xbox has always been shit. From my experience, it's always been terrible. But, you know, just put some respect. That's all I'm asking. Because, man, like, you know, and nowadays, you know, it's the same people who are probably talking all kinds of shit on, like, Crash Team Racing or Crash in general and Spyro, who are now like, oh, you know, I'm so glad that they finally brought over Crash to, you know, the Switch, and I'm glad they brought them to the Xbox, so I can finally play these absolute classics. These are some of my favorite games. So, yeah, you're probably hoping that Naughty Dog devs, you know, you're wishing death on Jason Rubin back in the day. You were telling Andy Gavin, like, as soon as, you know, the first day Twitter was a thing, you were like, hey, Andy Gavin, fucking yourself. That's what you were doing. And now, look at you. Where would you be? Now you're just shitting on The Last of Us, probably. So. I guess that's my problem too. Is that this was just again like the cherry on top. This isn't even, you know, this is only coming from personal experience, because, you know, people online you don't really know. But there were people, you know, I'd play with some of my friends on Xbox, and it was kind of like half of my friends had Xbox, half of them had, you know, PS3 or whatever. Oh, look at that. And they, you know, sometimes it'd be like, they would be talking shit or whatever. I can't remember what, but I just had like a flashback to not that long ago when people were talking smack on like The Last of Us or whatever. It's like, oh yeah, you know. And it seems like so many people didn't even play the game and they're just talking shit. And I've seen that, like, and I can't remember what it was. I don't know, Uncharted or something. Like, they would just use that as like, you know, oh, what, you played, you got Uncharted? Bro, we got Halo. Okay. It's like, you know, I want to put respect on Halo because from what I've seen, it looks fucking dope. I've never played it. Just putting that out there. No disrespect to Halo whatsoever, but he won't even play the game and they're just shitting on it. Bro, calm the fuck down. People always would defend Gears of War. It'd be like, oh, you know, you think you're so cool because you have fucking Uncharted. We have Gears of War. And I've played Gears of War way back. Way back. It's an old ass game. What do you want me to say? And I was like, yeah, this is, I don't know, it seems cool, but I don't really, you know. Uncharted though, if you played Uncharted. And then, yeah, what, nowadays, what do you got on Xbox? What do you got? You ain't got shit. Not that I even, you know, I want Xbox. I think Xbox needs to step up to the plate, and I want Xbox to, you know, level up a little bit. But man, I'm just glad that we're finally in a place where people aren't shitting on PlayStation. 'Cause I remember only, you know, getting shit on, or, you know, like, people would always say, like, what, are you poor? That's why you play on PlayStation, stuff like that. Like, people were merciless. Shout out to anyone who at least knows what I'm talking about. Like, because our online is free, we're poor. Or maybe, you know, Xbox Live is bullshit. Ever think of that? I want to get this high intensity now. This is one of my favorite levels here. This whole cup is flames. Don't disrespect. I don't really like the last track on the I almost keep saying Reignited trilogy. On the Nitro Fueled, I don't know what about it. I just don't like it, like almost at all. I'm like, this level sucks. But on this version, it's like the perfect like cherry on top of this cup. This is one of those games too where, I mean, especially for the PS1, I get it. Not that it's necessarily an excuse, but it's like, you know, back in the day, they only had, you know, so many. They usually kept it to like, you know, 3 difficulties or whatever. Easy, medium, and hard. And I like having difficulty because, you know, then you can get options and stuff like that. You know, you don't want it to be too hard if you're learning the game and things like that. But this is definitely one where it's like, I think they kind of fixed it in my opinion on the new version. But here it's like you play medium and look at me. I'm way past all these fools. They could never catch me if I drove off the side here like 10 times. It's like you play on this difficulty and it's like, you know, they're getting freaking wrecked. But then you put it on hard and it's like they would be right here with me. Well, I'm really good. So I would at least be in 2nd place, like just being completely honest with you. 3rd place at worst. 4th place if I really like fell off the track and I was trying too hard. But it's like, you know, it really like levels it up. I feel like maybe, you know, hard should be like extra hard or something, and like they should have normal hard being just a little more difficult because it's a little too easy. Which I guess, you know, and again, like, is even hard, you know, for people who are really good. On the new version, you know, they have like the dev times and stuff like that. And if you haven't, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, if you're watching this and you've never played this game or whatever, you have no fucking clue. So I'm talking like you already know. Like, oh yeah, you know. Damn, that's a new one. Look at this. See, I was talking shit. Now I'm in completely last place. Now watch, I'm not even gonna get first. I'm gonna completely lose this one, and I was talking all that shit. But so yeah, so even in this version, you know, it like even back in the day on the PS1 here, you know, this game had a lot, you know, a lot of bang for your buck, you know, as they say. Because there's a bunch of different like game modes and stuff where it's like this is just one of them, and I like racing against other people, even if I'm destroying them. It doesn't feel as lonely. Honestly, like that's genuinely why I like playing with other people like this, like arcade mode or whatever. You can race against the clock, and that's a lot of fun too, but it feels like depressing. I don't know why. To me, it's always just been like, But yeah, and then it's like, you know, you get different like relics and stuff for how fast you go and things like that, which really make it a lot of fun. But on this new version, okay, because here's the thing, if you've never played these before, is it time trial? Because there's so many different things, man. I can't stress it enough. Like, I think it is the time trial. Is that first you have to, you know, get a certain time. It's like, you know, the most basic time. You can pretty much, you know, not even drift and you can beat it. But then you unlocked, what is it? How does it go? You unlock like different ghosts and you can race them. So it's like there's actually like someone on the track, like I was saying, which makes it more fun. You race like one ghost, then, or I think there was only 2 ghosts. You beat the normal time, that would be 1 star. 2 stars is you beat N Trophy or whatever, who in like Crash 3, he was like the master of time or whatever. So it's like, oh shit, you know, if he's a master of time, like how the fuck am I supposed to beat him? But he was pretty dang easy. And if you beat all his times on all the tracks, then you unlock him actually. You can race as him, which is pretty freaking sweet. And as you may have noticed, I don't have them. So maybe we'll do that. Maybe next time I'll start racing and I'll do it because it's easy. It's too easy. But then once you beat that, there's an even harder time, which is Oxide, which is the boss on Crash Team Racing, which you race him in the story mode and he cheats. He literally cheats. He drives before, you know, at the start where they do like the red and then goes to green and then you can start. He leaves before it even gets to green. He just straight dips. So that's fucked up, but he's not too bad. There's actually like boss races in this game, which they kind of suck, but it's not the worst thing ever. It's different. It makes it a little more interesting. But yeah, so then you would think, you know, if I beat Oxide on every track, then you unlock Oxide, but you don't. But in the new version, now you do. So here's where it levels it up, which, you know, again, and there's like, if you played Crash 3 or in the new trilogy, they have like the time trials on the trilogy where you break boxes and it saves you time. They actually have that on this where you drive through the boxes, and if you get all the boxes, then you save an extra 10 seconds. And it's like each box, you know, freezes time, like in the trilogy. Like I said, if you played that before. So yeah, there's a bunch of different modes and things like that. They have like Ring Rally, you fly through these rings and all that. But on the new version, what happens is you beat the Oxide times, and then there was an update. Here's some historical facts here for you. Is that at the time, there was only Oxide. Then there was an update for Velo, who was the boss in the Crash Nitro Kart, which was like the sequel to Crash Team Racing. And he was the boss on there, and then he has times. So those are even harder than the Oxide times, which are already pretty freaking tough. I don't think I've ever... I usually, like I said, I don't really play that version. But I've tried to do it recently on the PS4, and it's freaking tough. So I've actually, on record, I've never done that. But also, there's a ton of extra tracks. So at first, it was just all the tracks from this game, plus all the tracks from Nitro Kart. And then they started updating the game with brand new tracks no one's ever seen before, which is pretty cool. Another fact here, for some of you that might not know, is there was actually a third Crash Team, or Crash Racing called Crash Tag Team Racing. That game fucking sucked. It was awful. It was really bad. I remember having fun as a kid because it was a platformer and a racing game, which, you know, sounds like it could be really cool, but it wasn't. But they did bring some of those characters back into the new remastered game, which is kind of cool, but no one gives a shit about those characters. Pasadena Opossum or whatever. They didn't add Willy Wampa Cheeks, this big-ass Wampa fruit guy. I don't even know who the hell else they even brought into the game. All I remember is Willy Wampa Cheeks, and there's Pasadena Opossum. Yeah, I've played literally every Crash game except for like Crash Boom Bang or whatever, that stupid shit. And yeah, and going back to what I was saying, just so I could wrap this part up, is just that, yeah, there's the Velo times, which are even harder than Oxide, and then I think after that, it's the dev times, which are all the developers or whatever who made the game. They know the ins and outs of the game, and man, you have to, you know, man, I don't know, you have to sell your soul to even beat one of them. Like, they're insane. Like, if you think this game even somewhat looks cool, just look up Crash Team Racing dev time and just watch one of them. It doesn't matter what. Like, people go freaking crazy. Like, you have to be pixel perfect. And yeah, it's insane. But yeah. If you beat all the dev times on all the tracks, then you get like a special cart or special wheels or something. And I have no problem never doing that. I want to beat the Oxide times, and then I think you get an achievement. And I like that they don't force things that are too hard on you, because it's like, you know, I've played this game so many times that I'm like, you know, I want to get a platinum on PS4, but it's tough. It's real tough. And I think I mentioned it before as well. Just the last thing is that it pisses me off because actually, let me see this time trial. Let's see. Okay, it is some of the time trials. Not too many. I'll probably do that next time. If I remember, I'll do that. All well and good. I'm glad that I played this because yeah, now there's something else I can do. It's interesting. It really, you know, you get your heart racing. Honestly, it's one of those where it's like, whoa, 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 you know. Might start doing that. I also got to start Spyro 3, biatch. So, yeah, I'll be doing that as well relatively soon. I kind of want to dedicate like a day to Spyro, you know. Skip this, all right. Wait, manual? I can look at the... I mean, I can't really read some of this, but this is freaking sweet. Oh, look at that. I didn't mean to, like, look at her. I was just, like, I passed it, and I was like, wait. That's cool. That's really cool. I think I do have the manual. Like, I have the case and the manual, I'm pretty sure. I want to start collecting PS1 games. Not even, like, that many, but, like, you know, Crash Team Racing, Spyro... Man, this is ridiculously cool to me that they actually put in the time to put this in. And what's with the texture work on like that crate there? That looks really nice. I don't think it ever looked that good in game, especially in Crash Team Racing. And you know, a lot of the stuff kind of looks like shit, but that's fine. Oh, look at that! They put that in the cheat code to unlock a secret playable demo. Down, circle, triangle, right. Down, circle, triangle, right. Down, circle. Oh, yeah. Alright, we gotta check this out. You kidding me? I just won't eat lunch today. This is cool. I'm putting headphones on for this. Ripto's Rage. That's the one we just beat. Spyro the King of Avalar's newest adventure. Okay, can I play it or is this just gonna... Yeah, this is all looking accurate. This is so cool. Spitting ability. 1999. God damn. Oh wow, my least favorite level. I'm not playing that one. Play Colossus. Is it actually the whole level? Dude, if it had like even those challenges and stuff, I would lose my shit. No way. This is actually the whole level.
Around our home, but the doors. If you talk to the other
Look at Sparks, he looks fucking baked. Alright, speed run. I wonder if this is like the finished version. I'm not a freaking Spyro historian, so I'm not gonna be able to tell, but they sound a little bit different from what I remember, but again, I wouldn't know. It's one of those where, yeah, like my eyes are probably playing tricks on me. Like, I don't know. I wouldn't know what was what if you told me. Man, if I was a kid, well, I was gonna say I'd be losing my shit, but I'm still kind of losing my shit. Man, I would play this all day long. Just this demo alone. I just absolutely love stuff like this. I really want to get like those demo discs. I don't think I would be able to to play them. I think I'd feel too guilty to play it. But like if I had the money, and I know this is kind of like an asshole way to be, but it's like if I could, I would now I'm thinking of so many things, but I would get 2 copies of like each one to like, you know, for historical purposes, and another one that I could actually play. Just because it's so cool. And it's like, you know, I get torn between the two because there's so many things that I want to play and things like that, and I don't want to be someone who takes, you know, things away from people who actually want to play them, but I also want to be someone who will, you know, hold on to these treasured, you know, items. I still try to do that right now, you know. Little known fact is that I collect not old vinyl, you know, like everyone else. I like to collect a lot of like newer vinyl that's like, you know, especially if it's like, you know, limited release type stuff, and not open it because it's a part of history, bro.
I think you should kill that Yeti. He's pretty tough, though.
Okay, yeah, it's still in there. I just wanted to see that. Sparks, get out of here. I hate his design right now. They didn't just like port him from the first one. He looks freaking stupid. I just kind of want to see. This really does seem like it's just, yeah, the whole level. That's crazy. I gotta see if Professor's upstairs. He really is. This is, yeah. Wow. I for real would have lost my shit as a kid. Even though I had this game as a kid, for whatever reason, I was like, I don't care. I never like put in any of these cheat codes. And I mean, call me what you wanna, but I really want to, when I have kids, kind of do something like this, where it's like, hey, you know, I want them to start out with what I started with, like literally the same games. And I would show them stuff like this, be like, hey, like, listen, you know, check this out. And then be like, does this game seem cool? Because I have it. Oh! But yeah. Man. That's really a cherry on top of my day, really. Like, just the mix of vibes like that, you know? Like, man, that's just, that hits me right in the childhood right there. Like, even though I don't have, like, nostalgic feelings of, you know, playing that demo or anything, it's still, like, that was a feeling that I just captured right now that is, like, I was hoping that I would get from playing, like, some of these games that I don't really get. And I mean, part of the problem is that I play all these games so often, you know, like once every, you know, couple of years. Well, Crash Team Racing I still play all the time. Like, I've never stopped playing Crash Team Racing ever. But I do play Spyro about like once a year, once every 2 years. So I guess, you know, that's part of the problem of that kind of stuff. But man, that feeling right there, and I'm not really sure why, it just hits me like, wow. That's what I've been waiting for. You know, some call it a PS1 classic. And I want to make another comment, but I'm not. All right, see ya.